All right, guys, so I have a '06 anniversary edition Banshee, so those are my plastics there. I have it taken apart just to help everyone out here. I am putting the lowering kit on it. I don't run this as trail riding. This is only strictly for when we're gonna hit the roads and do some drag racing. So for the lowering kit, this is the correct way to mount it. So you'll have that big little triangle side here, and then the extension to drop the front of the bike this way, and then you'll mount the shock there. There is a video out there of another guy doing it, and he flips, essentially just flips this down and mounts the shock underneath the A-arm. I don't know how safe that is, or if he's had any issues, but that's not the right way to do it. This is the correct way to do it. So that's how you'll mount that one. Just trying to get you a good shot there, so that way you can copy it if you need to. I know there's not a lot of videos on this, so I'm trying to help y'all out, and we can learn together. For this rear part, okay, this one is not just a plug and play. So the original link here for that connects to your dog bone down there looks like this. So it's big difference, and usually when this one's mounted, it's mounted this way. That's not going to work because you have these nipples here that you're going to use to grease the inside of the link. But another issue that comes going from this to here is this is a lot wider than the link to lower your bike. So you're gonna have to use some washers, or if you have some type of spacer that's thin enough or that you can cut and put in between, then you can. But I just got some washers, put one on the inside here and then another one on the inside here of each one to fill in that gap so you don't get any wiggling around. And people I've seen that they've put this, where this big gap goes, they put it up here. The reason that's not gonna work is when you try it, none of these holes are gonna line up down there. A couple of them might. I think this lower one might, and this one I guess you can maybe force it when you're down there, but this is the way to do it just because. So the way this works is once you unbolt this and you want to lower, these are pretty much your lowering levels, and that's just going to be a permanent link down there. So this is going to be like your main pivot. So these are going to be your lowering levels. So as you pull up on your swing arm here and you don't have this bolt in, you can decide what level of lowering height you want. I know mine's still standing a little high. I just wanted to go just a little bit underneath regular ride height, so that's what this one gives me here. So yeah, I should have did a video with the bike the way it stands before doing this, but that's pretty much how the bike stands right there. You might have to play around with your shock afterwards too, to make sure you don't bottom out when like off the hit and you get all that preload back here. Just because at first when I was doing it, mine was hitting here. So what you'll have to do is, I know I have like a shock cover sleeve, but you'll have to adjust that ring there, or maybe for some people they can just turn, if you have this style shock, you can just turn it all the way to hard, and then you can adjust on mine you can adjust the bottom too, and that's just for the preload that comes back. But mainly it's going to be this one you're going to want to adjust to either to hard, or you might have to tighten up your spring using if I can get it here, using those there to compress your spring, make it a little stiffer. Luckily I didn't have to mess with that. I also haven't done a hit yet on this, so if I do, then I can mess around with that. But even with all my weight on the back here, I've sat on it, it still doesn't come close to hitting it. So even when I do get that load, it might just barely tap it with the bottom of my other pipe. But yeah, hopefully this helps you guys out, and I might try to start doing some videos on other stuff I have. So this bike is just a stock bore with Wiseco pistons. I do have the Chariot 2-to-1 intake on it with 38 carb, King carb, that I just put on that. I am running some V-Force 4 reeds. I have 18cc domes on it, the Pro Circuit cool head on top, running with shear pipes, and my jetting on this I'm still messing around with, so I won't give you guys jettings on this yet until it's running the way I want it to. But right now it is pretty strong, but I still think it's a little on the rich side. Yeah, and that's all for this video, guys. Okay, bye.